let's talk about the Dragon Isle and all of my predictions for what is going to be coming up with this new area that is going to Prodigy. I'm super excited about it, and we have a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. So first off, we are now in the month where we expect it to be releasing. Prodigy has said that it would be in August, and we expect like a trailer for this thing around the middle of August. So sometime around the middle of August, we can expect a trailer. So keep watch for that, and maybe by mid to late August is when I expect this thing to actually be released in game. So of course, we have not long left before this actually comes out, like half a month or just a bit more, so around the middle or late period of August. So yeah, that's the time frame that we expect, and I don't know if there's going to be like more updates like past that, as in like multiple parts coming out. We don't know any of that. We just know that at least it is starting around the middle of August, and that is super exciting because now we are in the month where we expect it to be released. And I have a lot of predictions for what I hope we see in this Dragon Isle. So let's talk about some of those. Alright, so first off, this is what it will look like on the map. We just have an island that is in HD, which is great. And it's surrounded by like mini islands, like a few small islands that has a road connecting them, bridges, all that. On the main island, there are a lot of mountains with snow-covered peaks, and there are clouds surrounding the top. There's also like a forest inside, and a giant purple egg, along with several other eggs up on top of the trees. So that's kind of what this area is going to look like on the map, and this is where it will be on the map, in this spot right here, right in place of the whirlpool that is currently there. And now this is what it looks like on the inside of the Dragon Isle, the main area of sorts as far as we can tell so far, because people have gotten into it. I have not gotten into it, and I don't plan to. I'm going to wait until this is actually released, and I suggest that you do as well. That is not good for your account, trying to get into the places like this early. But nevertheless, people have done it, and they have shared more information on what is inside. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It looks really cool. So as you can see, this wizard is in a lush green area with plenty of trees around it. There's a waterfall on one side of the island that just, I guess, falls into the world, because we can kind of see parts of the outside world in the background. But as far as I know, this is the only screen on the island, at least right now, that you go to. In these trees, we can see some eyes glowing that look suspiciously like the Puppet Master's eyes. I'm pretty sure that might be what they are. There's eggs all around, well, several eggs, yeah, all around. There's also, of course, right in the middle, we can see there's a well that has a cloudy portal above it. And when you click on that portal, it takes you to what is called a rift run. Now, a rift run is similar to Harmony Island's rune runs, if you know what that is. If not, Harmony Island was the area that was released around the 2020-2021 time frame in Prodigy. There were 2 parts to it, and it was removed in 2023 due to the battle update and its complications. But this was a really cool area that had these rune runs where you go throughout the area and battle several monsters, hard monsters, until you reach like a little boss battle. And then you got to spin a wheel called the Lucky Loot, and then you could battle the Ancient 6 times, 6 different trials to battle the Ancient in order to finish Harmony Island, the quests there. So that's a really short recap of what Harmony Island was. It is no longer in the game. The question is whether it's canon or not. We still don't really know the answer to that, but this seems like it is a replacement to Harmony Island in a way, because, well, it might like be a Harmony Island that fits the story better. So Harmony Island slash Dragon Isle. So Dragon Isle just being a replacement to Harmony Island sounds like an interesting concept to me. I really did like Harmony Island, and I wish that it could come back, but I don't think that's going to happen. Unfortunately, I think we just have to prepare for Harmony Island to never come back. And if it does, then we can all be pleasantly surprised. I just don't know anything about the arena right now. We haven't heard any indication of an arena return, but we just don't know yet. So, yeah, when talking about these rift runs, they don't seem to actually be in like a specific area of the Dragon Isle right now. So basically you choose between 3 different battles, it looks like, and these battles have like some difficult monsters and all that. As we can see in this picture, we have like 3 different teams of battles, and I'll talk about the pets on those teams in a bit, but we get to choose one of these battles. In one of our choices, we also have certain challenges that it provides you and forces you to go with. So one of these is called Storm Down. Your team's storm spells do less damage by 10%, and it'll give you a 35 gold bonus, so that's pretty cool. Another one is Speed Down. Your team has lower speed, so 10% by 10%, and you get 35 gold as a bonus as well. And this other one right here is only able to be chosen by members, it looks like, and it's called Gearless. Your wizard's gear is removed, and it gives you a 45 gold bonus. Yeah, that's pretty cool to have like your wizard's gear get removed by this Dragon Isle. So there's some really interesting concepts here. There are more of them, but I'm not going to go into what they are right now. But this is just sort of what it is, you know? So also when looking at these teams, these different enemies that you'll have to face, as we can see on this one, there is, well, plenty of generic enemies that we see all over the place, like Flick, Flit, Saplit, Squibble, Flaria, all that. But down at the bottom, there's also Stormy Tribeak, which is not the best example, as Stormy Tribeak can be rescued in a couple of the elemental areas by members at this point. Well, either members or, well, yeah, no, because rescuing is not members on. As far as I know, it can be rescued by everyone. But that's not the best example of this. There are other examples. I'm not going to show the images, but you can rescue, as of this point, I'm going to say that you can rescue a bunch of different pets, and I mean like exclusive pets. People have found like even the newest Lagoon Shade and Lagoon Spectral, those have been found in there. Painter Sprite, Painter Sarazig, yep, those are in there. Even the Lumabolt was found in there, which is awesome. And also Stormy Squawks. Stormy Squawks was found in there, which, I mean, that's the first time that thing is actually showing up in game. So that is definitely a plus. And as of right now, when the people get into the Dragon Isle, remember, this is unfinished. When people get into the Dragon Isle and they do the battles, apparently you can rescue these pets. You can rescue the pets. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the starter pets. Some of the starter pets have been cited as well as part of these enemies. And it's really, really interesting. So apparently you can rescue all of these pets, but it's unfinished. I want to make it clear that it is not guaranteed that we will be able to rescue these pets, but it is a possibility. I don't know if they'll actually allow these to be rescued, like Lumabolt and Stormy Squawks and Deep Sea Fathom. Those have been found. I'm not sure if they'll allow those to be rescuable, because pets were not rescuable in Harmony Island, but they did not have exclusive pets in Harmony Island. So that's going to be an interesting thing, because like they could remove that feature, like once this is actually released. They could remove the feature of being able to rescue these things. We will have to see when it gets released, but I'm very interested to know. And if these are rescuable, I cannot wait to get some of the ones I don't have, especially Lumabolt and Stormy Tribeak. That's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. I kind of like, fingers crossed that they do make these rescuable, even though there are ups and downs to both of those. Downsides being that those pets are, well, they may be pretty common and easy to get. I'm not entirely sure, but like, as long as you have enough magic coins, you should be able to get them, which is definitely a different kind of thing, especially if something was Ultimate members only. Then I'm not sure how that's going to work. Like, take Lagoon Shade for example. Lagoon Shade is currently in the Leisure Lagoon treasure track, and it is Ultimate members only. But with the Dragon Isle, and when people were getting into it, somebody was able to rescue Lagoon Shade, not even being a member. So that means it was able to be gotten by everyone when it is supposed to be level Ultimate member locked. So that is definitely an interesting subject. I wonder if that's going to stay with the actual release, if you could find like just a exclusive pet like Lagoon Shade, which should be unobtainable by the time the Dragon Isle is released, because the treasure track should be ending right before, pretty close to before when the Dragon Isle is released. The Leisure Lagoon treasure track should be ending, and Lagoon Shade would be unobtainable. So it's not like it would be that way immediately, but, well, actually, pretty much immediately it would be obtainable by everyone if you found it in these Rift runs. So I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure how to feel on just like really exclusive pets being able to be rescued by everyone, but I think it's probably going to be for the better that more things can be gotten by everyone for free, except having magic coins now. And that's going to be an interesting subject. I'm really wondering if these things are going to be rescuable. I am going to predict that they probably are. I'm predicting that they probably are going to be rescuable. I don't see why they would put such exclusive pets in there if they weren't going to be rescuable. So that is going to be, of course, something we are going to see once the Dragon Isle is out, and I'm super intrigued. We're gonna have to, we may be getting some new pets that I've never had before, and you may be getting new pets you've never had before, which sounds great to me. Can't wait for that part. So basically, like, that's kind of what I know about the battle. You can rescue the pets as of right now. Again, no guarantee. We're just going to have to wait and see. But then we move on to, like, the end of the battle. And it seems like, based on what I know, at the end of the battle, we are going to be spinning another lucky loot wheel, which is nice because I like seeing the lucky loot. Right now, it can only be seen in Crystal Caverns. It was removed from, like, the Earth Tower, Ice Tower, and Harmony Island. But anyway, it seems we're going to be spinning another lucky loot wheel, and this time we are going to be able to get these dragon orbs that are going to help us go fight the dragons in the Dragon Isle. Now, I mean, this is pretty out of context because we really don't know, like, how this is going to end up working and how we're going to end up fighting dragons, where that'll be, any of that. I think that'll, like, be in an expansion of the area, because right now people can only get into, like, the first area, but I think there's going to be a lot more that we haven't seen yet because it is unfinished what people have been able to get into, and hopefully by the time it is released we will be able to get into the entire thing and experience it in its full, unless it's meant to be like a multi-part release like Harmony Island was. I'm going to be really interested to see if we're going to, like, immediately be able to battle the dragon bosses after we have, like, gathered the orbs. And speaking of the orbs, here they are. These are the different orbs for each element up here on the screen. We have a dragon orb for the plant element, the ice, storm, fire, water, astral, physical, and shadow. One for each of the expected elemental dragons that we are going to have to face. So again, I'm not sure how this is going to work because we don't know everything yet, but collecting these dragon orbs by finishing these rift runs are going to allow us to be able to defeat these, like go and fight these dragon bosses. I don't know how many of them we are going to have to do, if we're going to have to do them more than once. Again, I don't know. We don't know. There's so much that we don't know. We just know these little bits and pieces of what we're going to have to be doing. We just can't piece together exactly what is going to be happening because we don't know. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing to be surprised as you go into something new like this. It's good that not everything gets leaked. We don't want that. But we do know that we are going to be fighting different elemental dragons, and we assume that there are going to be dragons for every single one of those 8 elements. There are 9 elements in Prodigy with neutral, but neutral isn't counted in anything, so it's just these 8. And there should be 8 different dragons that we're going to have to fight. That's what we kind of expect. And by collecting these orbs, that's how we fight them. But let's now look at the dragons themselves. So these are dragons of every element except for neutral, one of each element. And they seem like they are going to be some NPCs because they will have some speaking lines. And we will also be having to fight them by collecting the dragon orbs in the Dragon Isle. So here's a look at what these dragons are going to look like. And by the way, we now know that the Dragon Isle should be releasing on August 9th. That's when the Wizard Watch post says it'll be releasing, so we expect a full release on August 9th. I may be able to get it early. We will have to see, and if I do, I will have a video up on that, but at least one video. Probably, definitely more than one. But that's super exciting. I just can't wait for this. But these are all the dragons. There's one for each element. They all look super cool. They just look great. I cannot wait to fight each one. They all look just epic. That's what I can say about them. They look really epic. And also, we have found that there is going to be a baby version, if that's what it is actually, of the shadow dragon, at least. So this is going to be a pet that we can rescue in Prodigy, which is awesome. And I'm thinking that we're going to be able to get pet versions for every single one of the 8 dragons, but the shadow one is the only one that has been found so far. But this is super good for Prodigy because we need 8 new dragon pets. We need those, and it's super good that they are adding them, and it's just a great idea in general. All these dragons are great ideas. I just cannot wait. This is so cool. We really don't know much about the story at this point and how it'll work, but we see all these things, and they're going to come together to create a full story at some point. I don't know if the full story is going to be released on the day of its release or not. Maybe part of it is, and part of it will come later, like Harmony Islands Part 1 and 2. But I'm actually going to predict that it is going to come out on the same day, and we could finish the Dragon Isle on the same day, maybe. That's just a possibility. I don't know, and I don't know much about the story. There's been more revealed about the story, but I have not seen any of that, and I'm not going to share any of that because it does, of course, contain spoilers, and if you don't want to see it early, then I definitely respect that. I have chosen to try to avoid seeing it early as well. But all that is really cool. But what gets even cooler is that the Puppet Master is returning for the Dragon Isle. Yes, the Puppet Master, after he was defeated by us in the Academy, in the July 26th, 2023 update that allowed us to defeat the Puppet Master and his shadow bosses. As what we thought was once and for all, but now we know the Puppet Master is back and is going to play a new role in Prodigy through the Dragon Isle, and we have looks at what his new form is going to be. So these are his talk sprites. This is a talk sprite that is going to appear in the game. So that's what his full version is going to look like at some point in the Dragon Isle. I don't know if it'll be immediate or not, but that's what his full form looks like. I love it. I absolutely cannot wait for it. It's awesome. Everything about this is really, really cool. And just wow. The more I look at it, the more excited I get about this whole thing. Like, we're gonna have to be facing the Puppet Master again, and maybe even Pippet. I do wonder if Pippet's going to be returning. That would be really cool. But who knows? We're gonna have to wait and see on that. But I do believe for now that is all I have on information for the Dragon Isle. So basically, we expect that we are going to be doing these rift runs where we can rescue the pets inside, hopefully. All the pets except I heard it's every single pet except for like the original starter pets. We can capture the new starter pets, but the original starter pets, no. And neither for the epics and mythical epics. I think those are not going to be obtainable, and those may be the only pets in Prodigy that aren't, and that's crazy. Like, we could capture some really exclusive pets in this Dragon Isle, and I'm super excited. And so these rift runs that we do, we'll be able to collect these dragon orbs after we complete each one, and by the time we collect like one or more of the dragon orb to go fight that specific elemental dragon, and when we fight it, and maybe once we fight them all, we will be able to fight the Puppet Master, and that may be the final boss of the Dragon Isle, and the story may continue from there. I have no idea, of course. We will be seeing soon enough, though. On August 9th, we should be seeing how this is going to go and what comes next. So I know this has been a lot to take in, and a lot of information about the Dragon Isle. We know so much, but we seriously know so little. Like, we don't know what other areas there might be associated with the Dragon Isle, and what locations, what the story is going to turn out to be. We really don't know all of that, and I'm super excited to find out. What do you think about everything that we have found out about the Dragon Isle so far? And what do you think about my predictions for what we're going to be seeing and experiencing inside of the Dragon Isle? And what do you hope to see inside the Dragon Isle? And what do you hope to see from the story and the Puppet Master's return? And anything else that you may like to see from the Dragon Isle? So yeah, what do you think about everything? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments